What's up, San Antonio Spurs fans? My name is Indomitable Will, and as you can see, we are not synced up with our face cam at all, and that is because we are recording a post-com for our Week 3 and Week 4 battles of the UPA. This is because our audio was not working on either video, and so we have to unfortunately post-com both of them. Now, I did not catch that the audio did not work in my Week 3 video, and today, as the time of recording, is Week 4 upload day, so we're just recording both. Anyway, we were playing against MattStowe26, who is a good friend of ours. Check him out, as well as all the other coaches in the UPA, in the description below. And yeah, you can see our team consists of Groudon, Torkoal, Victory Bell, Rotom, Mandibuzz, and Walking Lake with Eternatus, Necrozma, Dawnwings, Urshifu Single Strike, which is Tera Dark, Iron Valiant, Cyclizar, and Rotom Heat from our opponent, and we have the Tera on Walking Wake, we're Tera Water, and I think Victory Bell has Tera Fire on it, but we plan to Tera Walking Wake in this matchup, as Matt's only two water resists are his Cyclizar and his Eternatus, which are both weak to Dragon, so that was the idea there. Okay, so we're going to lead off with Choice Scarf Rotom, and Eternatus leads off. We see that it's on a balloon, I believe. So we're going to see pressure, and we are going to see the balloon. Yep. So we are just going to launch a Volt Switch here to break the balloon. We are Choice Scarf, so we do unfortunately have to reveal that information here. But that's fine. So we're just gonna Volt Switch out. The balloon's gone. We are going to go into the Mandibuzz here, which is our designated check to Eternatus. It's just going to Shadow Ball, which is not going to do very much damage at all to me. My Spadef is going to fall, though. A little unfortunate. Not much to do. I'm just going to click Bone Rush. So, in hindsight, I thought, this might actually do some, respectable chip damage to Eternatus. He's just gonna go for Toxic Spikes. We Bone Rush. That does I'm not attack invested whatsoever, but I still would have liked Bone Rush to have done a little bit more damage to this thing. But I don't calc, so I naturally didn't know how much Bone Rush was actually going to do. Anyway, at this point, I saw the balloon, so he's likely not Meteor Beam, which is why I had the Charty Berry in the first place. So he's going to recover, and I think I just go Victory Bell here to get rid of the Toxic Spikes. Yeah, I'm just going to go Victory Bell to get rid of the Toxic Spikes. And now I think I'm going to double out into my Groudon because there's nothing stopping him from just going for another layer of Toxic Spikes. So if I go out into the Groudon, then at least Eternatus is somewhat pressured here, which is exactly what we want. We can always get rid of the Toxic Spikes later. So I'm gonna go out into my Groudon here. Gonna get the sun up. We are actually Heat Rock on Groudon, which is the first time I've run Heat Rock on it all season. Now that the balloon's gone, Eternatus is threatened out by a ground move here. I think the Rotom Heat is going to come in. I unfortunately do not have Stone Edge on this set this week. I have brought it in the past, but not this week. I'm just going to go with Stealth Rock here, because it's pretty easy. Here, I go Rotom? Yeah, I go into my Rotom because it's something that's not affected by T-Spikes. And something I don't mind getting Will-O-Wisped. So, I'm gonna go into Rotom as he's just gonna click the Will-O-Wisp. As I could. So. Here I want to, I'm just gonna Shadow Ball, get some chip off. Doing some solid chip to the Rotom is pretty big. I get a special defense drop, but that's not really going to matter all that much. We are just going to force the Rotom out, switch, and... I believe we bring in the Cycle right here, as he knows I'm Choice Scarf into Shadow Ball, so I believe that baits in the Cyclozar. Yep, that is the Cyclozar. So swap out, we just go into the Victory Bell because we want to get rid of the Toxic Spike. So we're just gonna go into the Victory Bell here. Get rid of the Toxic Spike. Gonna take a Rapid Spin. He gets rid of the rocks, which is fine. I'm just gonna click the Sludge Bomb here. Go for as much damage as possible on something. If it gets Eternatus, then it gets Eternatus, but I believe Sludge Bomb is the correct play here, as Eternatus no longer has an item, so knocking it won't be that beneficial for us, so... Okay, so here we are where we left off. He's just gonna go for the Draco Meteor. Victory Bell's gonna take some massive damage here. We're just gonna go for the Sludge Bomb. Kills a decent shot. We are life, but that doesn't really matter. I'd rather sack Victory Bell here. As we see the U-turn come out. That's fine. Plus 1 speed means that Cyclozar is going to speed Victory Bell inside, which is fine. Anyway, that's going to bring in the Eternatus again. We're gonna go into Walking Wake here. And at this point, I just want to go for game. I'm gonna Tera. I'm gonna go for the Snarl. The Snarl is gonna give me a special attack boost because I'm Throat Spray, as well as weaken the Eternatus off. So he's gonna go back out into Cyclozar. That's fine. I'm gonna Tera Water. Lose my Dragon typing so that the Draco Meteor can't end up killing us. And I'm just gonna fire off a Snarl, which is gonna trigger my Throat Spray. Throat Spray, get a special attack boost there. The sun's gonna go away, but that's fine. I believe I was boost your speed anyway. I'm just gonna click the agility. So we lose a little bit of power off Hydro Steam, but that's it. But now we get the agility off, which does make us faster than even the Speed Valiant at this point. And we are just gonna fire off a Dragon Pulse into the Cyclozar. So, Cyclozar's gone. And this is great, as Cyclozar was one of the 2 water resists. So, at some point we are free to just click Hydro Steam for the rest of the game, assuming no priority. Anyway. We see Necrozma come out, and we're gonna go for the 4x super effective Snarl here. It's gonna deal a nice chunk of damage. Gonna lower that special attack. Moonguy Speed, not gonna be able to take me out because of the Snarl chip. Damage to it. I'm gonna go for another Snarl. He can't really take me out with that, so if I Snarl here, I get enough chip to where Hydro Steam can pick it off. I'm just gonna go for the Snarl again. It's kind of a Hail Mary at this point, but we Moonguy Speed, or we'll take another Moonguy Speed because it's at -2 now. So we are able to live one. We're able to take out the with the Walking Wake here. As we just go for a Hydro Steam to finish it off. Due to Prism Armor, I think that Hydro Steam would have actually done more damage to the Dawn Wings than Snarl did, but hindsight's 20/20 on that. The special attack lowering was relevant. So here I'm actually going to make a big mistake. If I would have just stayed in, not thinking about Sucker Punch, I probably would have won the game. However, I was too disciplined to play around Sucker Punch, which he doesn't end up having. So, he's just going to Trailblaze. Was a great Sucker Punch bluff on my opponent's part. I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, as this Torkoal was designed to 1v1 Urshifu. With the Shell Armor. So... gonna get Wicked Blown. It's not gonna do a whole lot of damage. And we're just gonna Will-O-Wisp. Now he's seen what the Torkoal wants to do to him. He is one berry on this, but we're just gonna Will-O-Wisp again. Of course, now he's gonna switch out because he knows I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp. I should have just clicked Body Press. I probably should have just clicked Body Press on the Urshifu the first time, but we are going to miss the Willow on the Eternatus, which is a little unfortunate, but not the end of the world. We're going to go into Groudon here, and we are just gonna try to put pressure on this Eternatus as much as possible. So, we're gonna go Groudon, get the sun up, take a Sludge Wave, do a whole lot of damage. Okay, so now once again, going for that Stealth Rock. He's just gonna withdraw the Eternatus, gonna go back out into his Rotom. Yep. I'm just gonna get rocks back up. And now I need an opportunity to get my Walking Wake back in. Walking Wake is my win con here. Unfortunately, now the Throat Spray has been burned, and I don't think I can live a hit long enough to get the ability back up, so our Rotom gets burned here, or switches in on the Willow, but it's already burned. We're just gonna trick that Rotom. It's a Choice Scarf now. Boots. It's gonna overheat. I believe now is when we should have gone into Walking Wake. Okay, we do go into Walking Wake here. So we're gonna get the speed boost. And we're just gonna click Hydro Steam. It is gonna take out the Rotom here. And yeah, let's run down. Iron Valiant comes in, and Iron Valiant's going to use Booster Energy, activate the Quark Drive. You see that the Booster Speed is coming into play, which means it is in fact faster than my Walking Wake. I'm going to use this opportunity to go into my Mandibuzz. He is faster than me, so I'm not really going to worry too much about it. We see the Grass Knot. Not going to do any damage to my Mandibuzz. And now I don't have Brave Bird on this, so I'm just Bone Rush, as that is the most damage I can deal to this thing. So, yeah. I'm just going to click Bone Rush. If I had Brave Bird, this might have been a different game, a very different game, but he's just going to get a Calm Mind off because I do not have Brave Bird, and I'm just going to click Bone Rush. That's going to do no damage, and we are going to end up just getting annoyed by a +1 Iron Valiant here. We get Moonblasted. Mandibuzz does not live, but we U-turn. I guess get question mark, but we go into Torkoal. We've obviously shown that we're Shell Armor. So not a huge exciting set, but +1 Aura Sphere is going to be enough to take me out, and because the Iron Valiant has Grass Knot, I know for a fact that Groudon's not going to live that, and we're going to. So, yeah, GG's to Matt. I didn't really play around the endgame Booster Speed Valiant, and he got me good with the Sucker Punch bluff. He didn't actually have it, and that made me wish I stayed in with my Walking Wake and trying to go for game from there. I didn't do that. That play worked out for him, and that's going to cost me the game. So, yeah. Hindsight's 2020. I should have just stayed in with the walking wake when I had an agility up and tried to sweep from there, which, given the state of the game, it probably would have swept. But you live and you learn. Sometimes that's the best you can ask for. And yeah, once again, well played by Matt. And now we're here for our Week 4 game against Lamborghini. We brought Covert Cloak Groudon to prevent myself from getting burned by Sacred Fire, Choice Scarf Heatran, Black Sludge Victory Bell. We don't plan on Teraing this outside of Poison. We have Expert Belt Walking Wake with the low kick for the Empoleon. Then we have Choice Scarf Meowscarada and Booster Energy Screamtail. So yeah, let's get right into the battle. He is going to lead off with a questionable nicknamed Pokemon, and we are going to lead off with our Meowscarada. Don't ask me why that thing is nicknamed that. It just is. That is quite the nickname, and we are just going to U-turn out on it. I don't know what this thing wants to do to me yet, so we're just going to go for the U-turn. Going to do some solid chip to it. I think Screamtail is just my best switch into this. Yeah, so we're just going to go into the Screamtail. Gonna get a speed boost. I'm gonna get Giga impacted here. Not great, but I believe at this point he's gonna be choice locked because he's in Truant, so I'm just gonna wish. And the opposing Diddy must recharge. That is one of the most cursed sentences I have ever said in my life. Anyway, we're going to go into the Heatran on the Giga Impact. I am assuming at this point that the slacking is choice locked, so he's going to withdraw Diddy. Thank God. Anyway, out comes Mr. P, which is the Empoleon. I believe because we are Choice Scarf, we're just going to go for the Lava Plume here. Out comes Rick, which is the Palkia. We're just going to Lava Plume it. We are going to get a burn, but that's not really going to be too impactful. Leftovers is going to happen. And burn's just going to cancel that out. So at this point, Palkia is a little bit tough for me to deal with. I'm just going to go into Screamtail. Try to break this thing sub. Or I don't know that it's going to sub, but it is going to sub. I don't know why I said try to break this thing sub. Anyway, I knew it was gonna sub here, because obviously this is a post-com, but yeah. So now that it's subbing, we are just gonna try to do as much damage to this thing as possible. I don't really know what it wants to do to me behind the sub. So we're just gonna fire off another Dazzling Gleam. Break this thing sub. It's a crit, but the crit's not gonna matter because it's behind the sub. It would have broken the sub either way. Ice Beam, not gonna do a whole lot. Not gonna take me out. I believe here I want to say I fire off another Dazzling Gleam, but yeah, I'm just gonna fire off another Dazzling Gleam. I think he should have just tried to kill the Screamtail there and not let me wish. He's seen that I have wish already, so I think that may have been a bit of a misplay, but it worked out. So I'm going to save my Screamtail or do I save it? No, I just go for the wish in case if he wants to try to get rocks up here. So I'm going to go for the wish on the Screamtail. He's just going to flip turn and take out my Screamtail here, which is fine. Outcomes redacted. And we are going to go into the Walking Wake. Or no, not yet. We're going to go into the Groudon first. Yep, we're going to get the sun up. I'm going to Earthquake this thing. I don't think Giga Impact will do a whole lot, so I just want massive damage on whatever comes in here. Whether it be, or whether he just stays in with the slacking or goes into something that's not named Ho-Oh, we can just Earthquake it. If he goes into the Ho-Oh, he goes into the Ho-Oh. I'm not terribly worried about Ho-Oh because I'm Covert Cloak, which will protect Sacred Fire. Or will protect me from getting Sacred Fire burned, rather. So we're just going to see. He goes for the Giga Impact, and he is going to miss. This allows Groudon to get an Earthquake off. Another Earthquake will just kill. However, he can just switch out now. Do I expect Ho-Oh to come in? No. I'm just going to go for free rocks here. I thought about going for Stone Edge on the off chance Ho-Oh comes in here. Because even though Groudon does not outspeed the slacking, of course, slacking is not going to be able to move this turn, so I thought Ho-Oh was going to come in, so I just went for my free rocks. I assume that he's locked into Giga Impact, so I'm just going to go into my Heatran here. And yeah, we are going to send in Heatran. We're going to take an EQ straight to the face. Good prediction on his part, as this was really my only Giga Impact switch in. But now slacking is in a position to where it's choice locked, or not choice locked, but it's going to be loafing around this turn. It's with the Truant. I thought it was going to be. I said it was going to be choice locked into Giga Impact, but no, it's just going to be loafing around with the Truant turn. So we are going to use this opportunity to get a Dragon Dance off with the Walking Wake. That is a free Dragon Dance. Going to get that +1 attack boost. And Slacking is loafing around. Perfect. We are just going to be able to pick it off with a Hydro Steam here. That's going to take the Slacking out. Goodbye, redacted nickname that I'm probably not allowed to say on YouTube. The sun's going to go away, which is fine, because now we have a Dragon Dance speed boost. We are Tera Fire on this, so we cannot get burned by the incoming Sacred Fire from Ho-Oh. But Empoleon's going to come out here. Empoleon normally would be a really good check to Walking Wake. However, we have low kick on this Walking Wake specifically for the Empoleon. We are a physically offensive bias set. We do have some special attack investment for our Hydro Steam, but we are physical, so we're just going to hit it with another low kick and take this Empoleon out. So, yeah, we're just going to fire off another low kick into this thing. He's going to let Empoleon go down here. So, now we have a +1 Walking Wake versus the world. I believe Ho-Oh is going to come out here. I believe we see Ho-Oh. Let's see. This is going to be Countertop. That's the Avalugg. Yeah, so we are just going to Hydro Steam this. Or we're going to Tera first. And we're just going to click Hydro Steam. I don't want to take any like unnecessary damage, so granted, I don't know what Avalugg has to actually kill Walking Wake with, so yeah, we're just gonna Hydro Steam. It is gonna two-shot. Rapid Spin comes out here. Maybe it was a mistake Teraing this early, but I probably should have just stayed regular Walking Wake here and had a better shot at sweeping. I could have gotten another Dragon Dance off on this thing. But we are just going to take it out with a Hydro Steam here. And that's Walking Wake already getting 3 kills. In comes the Ho-Oh. And this thing's a bit of an issue for me. But we are Tera Fire so that we can't get burned. We are just going to fire off a powerful Hydro Steam into the Walking Wake. into the Ho-Oh with the Walking Wake. And Earthquake is going to take us out, which is fine. Like I said, Groudon's Covert Cloaks, so we can't get Sacred Fire burned. And with Ho-Oh being Life Orb, that's kind of what we are hoping for here. Okay, so we're just going to go into Meowscarada here. Actually, before the Groudon. And I believe we just click Power Gem. I think Ho-Oh is going to switch out and get some Regenerator back, though. We're just going to go for the Power Gem because we wanted to show off the cool tech. Nothing more to that. In comes the Wo-Chien, and that thing's difficult for me to break at this point. So we're just going to Power Gem, change into the Rock type. Not going to do a whole lot of damage to this Wo-Chien at all, but yeah. We're a Rock type now, so we don't want to stay in on this. We are just going to go Victory Bell and do some shenanigans there. In comes our Victory Bell. He is going to Tera on the Wo-Chien. I believe he is Tera Poison. Yeah, he's Tera Poison on the Wo-Chien. And just gonna Ruination us. I am going to heal some back with Black Sludge, and I believe I just go for the Strength Sap here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go for the Strength Sap. I'm going to get some health back. I don't know what this thing wants to attack me with, but we are just going to get our health back slowly. We can't really touch this thing. It can't really touch us. I mean, it can have our HP constantly, but we're going to Growth. I don't know what this Wo-Chien wants to go for against me, so other than Ruination, so we're just going to Growth to try to win the 1v1. He's going to miss the Ruination. Unfortunate miss there, but we are just going to heal a bit back, and we're going to go for another Growth here. Basically just try to win this exchange with the Wo-Chien. He's going to go for the Tera Blast. I believe this is special Tera Blast, so it's going to do a lot more than I anticipated it to. So now we're basically just at a little bit of a standstill between Wo-Chien and Victory Bell. The Tera Blast is going to do a lot more damage than I initially thought it would, so we're just going to heal a little bit back, and I believe we go for the Strength Sap once more, get some health back on this Wo-Chien. We're going to drain it a bit, get some health back. Tera Blast, gonna hit me again. I realize this thing is hitting for special damage, so I'm just gonna go for the Sludge Bomb. Both of my moves are resisted by this Wo-Chien at this point, so I'm just trying to get some damage off on it, because I think I'm +2 or +3 with the Victory Bell. Tera Blast, I believe, is going to take me out here. If it doesn't, then it will come close. But no, it is going to take me out. And I believe we're just going to go into our Groudon here. So yeah, we're going to go into Groudon here. And I'm just going to fire off an Earthquake. Or no, I'm going to fire off a Stone Edge because I predict Ho-Oh to come in. So, on the first one, I'm going to Stone Edge. Because Earthquake seems pretty dead obvious here. So, I wanted to fire off an Earthquake, a Stone Edge on the Ho-Oh. But Palkia is actually going to come in here. And we are going to fire off a Stone Edge. And we're going to get the crit. Which, I'm not saying that crit won me the game. But it did put me in a very favorable position. I did not know what that Palkia was trying to do to me. Groudon is definitely strong enough to where it could win a 1v1 against Palkia, but I had no clue what that thing was trying to do to me, so the crit did put me in a much better position. Anyway, the Ho-Oh is going to come in. It can't Sacred Fire burn me because I'm Covert Cloak. So that was what he was kind of banking on here. I just go for the Stone Edge. I'm going to take this Ho-Oh out. And now it's Groudon versus the Tera Poison Wo-Chien. And I'm just going to spam Earthquake until I win the game. As we've seen this thing's full move set now. It's Leech Seed, Tera Blast, Ruination, and there was something else, but I'm like confident this thing can't hit me, so I'm just gonna go for Earthquake. It's gonna do a lot of damage. He's just gonna Leech Seed. I believe his last move is Protect. So, yeah, he can Leech Seed me, get some health back with Protect, but another Earthquake is just going to take him out here. And, yeah, we're just going to go for Earthquake once more. He's going to Protect. Yep. Get some health back. But this means this doesn't have a Grass move, and Leech Seed is its only real thing to hit me with. So, unfortunately, Wo-Chien will not be able to 1v1 our Groudon. And fortunately for us, we are going to take the Wo-Chien out with another Earthquake here. And that's going to be our game. This will officially put us 2-2, I believe. We lost 1 week 1-0. I believe we won week 2 2-0. So we should now be 2-2-0 at this point. So pretty solid differential for 2-2. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week for our Week 5 game where we play our best friend in the draft community, Gunk. See y'all next time.